Okay, let's start. It's 5:35 now, and before we start, I had given some work in my last class. I hope you guys have done it. Those who want to present their work and their observation can start with that, and then only I will proceed with the 5S characteristics. There were three things that you were supposed to do: comment on the speech, skill, and see, this was your homework, and unfortunately, I am someone who doesn't start her class till the time she doesn't see the homework given to the students. So please, if you may, nobody has observed anyone. Okay, if you've not done it, do it right away. And let's talk about the observations. Uh, I Let me just share the screen, but you'll have to do it right now. We talked about movement that day. We talked about class and individual characteristics. And in class characteristic, we talked about the movement. Then pen pressure, pen hold or pen presentation, and 5S characteristic, in which we covered speed and skill. So I had asked you to prepare few samples by first lowering the skill, whatever your natural, sorry, speed is. So first lowering that, then in your natural speed, and then in a very rapid speed. So this is what you had to do. You execute this thing, the task that I am giving you. You do your signature in slow, moderate, and rapid speed. First you do this thing, and then let's discuss the observations. See, till the time you don't perform these little activities, you will not understand what I'm saying when I talk about speed, when I'm talking about skill, when I'm talking about the movement, pen pressure, presentation. You will not understand any of it, and these characteristics are important when you have to make your report. See, it was your duty to come to the class with the homework. It is, don't consider it as uh, a lecturer coming and taking the class and you guys are just mere audience. No, you are equal participants, if, at least in my classes. So please, uh, those who are present here, let's do this activity and let's share the observations.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Actually, I'm on bike. It will take 7 minutes to reach my home. Can I do later?
You are somewhere, Kolu, you are somewhere out and you were not audible. But if you can just write in the chat box, there was a lot of background noise coming from your end. So if you, whatever you are saying, if you can just jot it down in the chat box section. Others, there are other people also. Just one, two, three. Rest have left. So this is a very bad practice. As a student, you should at least cover these things. The homework, the smallest of the homework that you will ever get, just three signatures you had to sign and you had to do, and you needed to observe those three signatures. If you can't do that much of effort, then I will not take the class. Honestly, I will tell Nagesh sir that I will take the class tomorrow, but I should get my homework. Small activity. You can not like me, that is also okay. I'm on the way. Okay, ठीक है. You do it after 7 minutes. I'm giving you 7 minutes, but others are also there. If any one of you can, share the observations, at least share the observation, whatever you are seeing. First, execute in three different speeds, and then you tell me what exactly are you observing. And if we are not doing this activity, I'm so sorry, I will take the class tomorrow, but I will not you know, go ahead with the lecture b- before conducting this small activity. Because I want you to know and understand the importance of such activities. In question document, things are, we consider that these are, you know, very simple observations and anyone can make an opinion on any signature, any handwriting, but it is not the case. Till the time you don't see these small things that I'm telling you, you will not be able to come to a conclusion. You will not be able to comment on the speed, comment on the skill of the hand, of the, you know, handwrite, of the person who has written the handwriting. So I am okay with not taking the session if you guys are not showing me the homework. I'll take it tomorrow once I see the observations. I'm giving some time to Kolu. He has messaged me, but then there are four other people. Abhi tak that should have been done. You know, the task is so simple that it should have been done in these 6 minutes. He has also left. Maheshwari, Raja Ravi, Bayula, Prangya, Mandala. Okay. So what we can do is, I will connect. Ma'am, I have tried somewhat. Yeah, please share the picture, share the video, whatever you have. Yeah. So these are the, okay. Okay, can you unmute? Let's have a small discussion. Yeah.
Ma'am, these are the three examples of skill, speed, and movement, right? Here is
Hmm.
the skill. It's like normal writing, perfect,
Hmm.
and speed is like fast. Movement is like some like adding like style,
Wait, wait.
strokes.
You, I absolutely love the effort, but if I can just give you a small suggestion. First, let's start with the speed. Okay. So in one, yeah, in one paper, fresh paper, take a fresh paper. Okay. Fresh paper. Yes. Okay. Now do one thing. Let's start with signature only. You do one signature in slow speed. Any signature, if you don't want to show your signature, it's fine. You can take any random name and make the signature. This is not your natural speed. This is slow. Right. This is your natural speed. Maheshwari, unmute.
Yes,
This,
ma'am. This is the random speed,
no, this is
normal
the,
writing.
this is the normal writing. So
Yeah.
write in the margin, write n normal in the margin, left side margin. After, before Maheshwari, write n. Before. Okay, chalo, ठीक
What
है.
I
N,
need to write, ma'am? N.
normal, normal writing,
Mm,
normal, Nor. No, no, no,
normal. Sorry.
normal. Yeah. On top of it, you write with slow speed. On
Top
top of,
here.
हाँ, here, left
What
side
don't
only.
I need? Okay.
Same signature, slow speed. Can you show it to us also? Yeah, yeah, slow speed. This is slow. Okay,
Mm.
write slow in front of it. Write slow and yeah, here only. Thank you. And at the bottom, yeah, write with rapid speed.
My sign.
Yeah, yeah, your sign, same thing.
Okay.
Rapid. Yeah, here, yeah, very fast. Yeah, write rapid. Now take a, okay, let me pin this uh, full screen. Okay. Now see the variation. I hope this is clear. I mean, it is visible. Everybody can see these three signatures. Now, Maheshwari, because since you are doing it, see the variation in your handwriting, in your signature, just by reducing and increasing the speed. What all things are you observing? The deviations you are observing in these signatures, in these two signatures, when you are writing it slowly and when you are writing it rapidly. If you see very carefully, formation of some of the letters has changed. Some, the size also has changed. And when you are writing it rapidly, there is, we talked about simplification of letters. Now your E and S, they have just disappeared and they have just overlapped on one another. And in the rapid writing, if you see, if you're observing it with me, you are connecting the letters in the rapid writing. However, in the slow and your normal writing, the signature or the writing is detached. So, if you can understand this, that even by changing the speed, some of the elements of the writings are in changing, and it Ordway Hilton has given some laws in which he says that a person with lower speed cannot very well write in higher speed. However, a higher speed person can bring down his speed, but a slow speed writer cannot, go beyond his capacity. And this is what you are observing. Now, see the kind of M that she has made. A, everything is changing. H, E, S disappearing, E, because there is simplification of letters. And then you see the I dots. When she is writing naturally, normally, the I, the dot that she is putting on I is completely, round, circular. And whereas in slow and rapid, because she is deviating from her natural self, that's why you can see these variation. The I dot that she was putting very carefully in her natural, normal, speed is turned into just mere dot. So these many things are changing. If you see, the formation is changing, the size is changing, the connecting strokes are changing, the diacritics are changing. So speed has a lot of effect on your handwriting. And if when somebody tries to disguise by changing the speed or formation, it gets very evident in the handwriting, and it becomes very evident to the document examiner to understand that okay, somebody is trying, the person is trying to deviate from her natural writing. Now let's talk about, this was about speed. Now skill, let's talk about some skill. Write as if, make a line. This was about speed. Now make a line, make like the ending line that we make, ending line, the horizontal line, I mean to bifurcate. Just make, okay, forget it. Let's write with our fingers the way we started writing when we were kids, right? Just by our fingers, the way we used to hold pencil, as if some illiterate is writing. As if some child who's learning the art of writing is writing. Try to write in that manner. Your own signature, yeah, your signature. Just use your three fingers and write. When you are, huh, write, write your name.
Like a
Huh?
child, man.
Write with three fingers only,
Okay.
or write, how, huh, right, with three fingers, huh. Now see, three, huh, use three fingers, huh. Hmm. Now write with the way you write naturally, how you write, yeah, right. Now write by your elbow, using your elbow, move your elbow, and then write. Right now, what I can see from your natural self, that you are using wrist movement, but now the movement should come from your elbow. Huh. Yeah. Now, if anybody who's available here, can you see the difference in first handwriting? If you see, the quality of letters have deteriorated. There are presence of tremors, shakiness is there. They are not uniform because the person has tried to decrease his skill. Now, in cases of forgery, in cases of disguise, in cases of diseases, disorder, where the motor skills are impacted, you will see such writings. You will see that there are presence of tremors, presence of pen lifts. But if you see till MAHES, only till this time she was able to maintain. After that, she continued with her own writing. She could not do it for a very long period of time. So these are the signs in forgery also. A person's own habit will come, and it comes very naturally because he or she is not able to maintain the science for a very long time. The science of deliberate change of writing, he cannot maintain for a very long time. So this can also we see in her natural self. She was writing with smoothness, with tapered and not connecting stroke, initial and terminal strokes, and everything was placed uh, how she is placing naturally also. But now when she's changing her movement also, her skill is also getting impacted. She is not the movement that she's employing is not an elbow movement. Hers is wrist movement, and when she's employing elbow movement, the changes can be seen in the writing. She's not able to maintain the size of H. She was not able to maintain the size of M. Even the formation is different. How she is writing M. Now you see, you have 6 signatures in different varieties, in different speed, in different skill, in different movement. And you see, can you flip it, your camera, so that we can see all the 6 signatures? Now you see, once you get such signatures, it will, and these are all written by one person, Maheshwari. But if you see that, you mostly, every signature is showing some difference or the other. Maheshwari, one last thing, if you could just write with your left hand once.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you for all your effort, because it is actually bringing proper insight. Yeah. Now I want you, right now, till this time I was telling you the observation. I want you to tell me, what have you observed? What are the changes that you've observed in this one when she wrote with her left hand? Somebody, anybody, chat box, by unmuting or any which way, but you comment. Maheshwari, you will answer at the end. Okay, let them answer. I see a lot of new names also today. So if they can, Kolu, I hope you have reached home. So maybe few answers
Yes,
from
ma'am.
you. Did you see?
Actually, the letters M and R are here highlighting, ma'am. Like,
They are different.
mostly,
Every letter is different. A is different. H, if you see, there is a space between pen lift is there in H, right? So she was not able
ma'am,
to make
every
in
time
one.
she use a different R, and this time she used different R.
Ah,
See that R.
exactly. So will you say, and in natural, in natural writing also, there are times when you'll see such changes. This I'm talking about natural writings, but those are natural variation, and that's why, and that's how we take out the range of the writer master pattern. We see in how many ways the writer is writing a particular alphabet in. So like if I analyze Maheshwari's handwriting, and if I see that she is using R, or she is making R just like this, right? Just the way she has written. In the form of N also, that's looking in the form of N. Huh? That one I'm talking about. So naturally, when she's writing, she's just writing in this way. But this time, the standards that I am getting, or the questioned signature I am getting, they are showing some difference. So either the person is trying to disguise, or the person is, the writing is not written by the same person, and it will not, you will not give your opinion just by one element, one character. You need to see as many characters as you can. So once we start our analysis, we start with how we write our report. We start with commenting on the class characteristics. So at times, I told you in the last class also, that the first class characteristic is movement, but it gets really difficult without seeing the person. It gets difficult sometimes to tell about the movement. So if it is very clear to you with experience, expertise, it will come. But since you will start your journey, you will not opine about the movement in the beginning of your journey, right? Then you will move on to pen presentation. That also gets difficult. Now, Maheshwari, can you show the angle that you're making, the writing instrument and the writing surface, the angle that you're making with both of these? Can you show once? Write something? Huh.
I
Okay.
need to write something,
No,
ma'am.
no, no, it's fine. So this is the angle that she is making. And if you see, and write, put the pen in 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Straight, straight, straight. More. Yeah, 90, 90, 90. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nine. So this is perpendicular to the writing surface. Now you write. And this is how we start. When we start writing, we keep our pen like this only, 90 degree. And then we shift our angle. So what right now her angle is close to 50 degrees or so. But what the way she wrote this particular uh, signature or name was by in 90 degrees, and 90 degree is usually it is not. I told you yes day before yesterday also that the best writings are executed when the pen is in 45 degrees to the writing surface. In 90 degrees or obtuse angles, the pen, the writings are not produced very beautiful. Like if you talk about the beauty of the handwriting. So see, even when she's changing the pen presentation, the pen hold, pen angle, then also the signature is varying somehow, but the element, the way she's writing W M, that is still there. So it is not changing everything, but it is changing some of the factors, and that you need to really keep in mind whether these are naturally driven variation or deliberate variation. This you have to understand, and that's why it is, because the handwriting changes so much, it becomes really difficult for a question document examiner to give opinion. You may feel that it is very easy. Oh, I just have to analyze few signatures, few handwritings, and there is no rocket science in it. What will be my difficulty level in this? I can just give some opinion. But if you see these signatures written by one person, changing just one element, and there is so much of variation, so that's where the tricky part is. Third thing is your pen pressure. Pen pressure we will only tell when we are getting writings in nib pen. a fountain pen. Right now, we will not be able to comment on the pen pressure. However, you can qualitatively tell by seeing the backside. If you can flip the backside, Maheshwari, if you can see the pen pressure. So pen pressure is, if you see, I can't comment on the quality of the paper, but I can see that the pen pressure is heavy. I'm not sure because the paper may be very thin, but you can see the indentation, you can see the ink, maybe because of the quality of the paper. The paper may be thin, and that's why you are able to see the impressions. But from here, I'll not be able to uh, tell about the indentation mark without feeling it. Only Maheshwari can tell me right now. Feel it and see the pen pressure, whether it is a lot of pen pressure that you can observe. What do you feel?
Yes, ma'am, lot of.
Lot of pressure, right? So it depends on the quality of paper and also on the quality of writing instrument. Sometimes the pen nib is so thin that it puts a lot of pressure. So that's why also the pressure may vary, right? So these are the three things that you can comment on. But when you are starting your journey as a question document examiner, it is important that till the time you don't have the expertise, you don't comment on these aspects, because somebody else may question your report, that how can you do it, this is ball pen, how are you telling me the pen pressure? So it's always better to refrain these elements, don't include. But the 5S characteristic that we studied, first is speed. You can always tell whether he's a fast writer, slow writer, or moderate writer. You can tell, right? After that, skill. Speed is directly proportional to skill. You can uh, uh, just a second, I'm getting a call, just a second. uh, so you can tell about the skill also. So higher the speed, higher the skill. Today we will cover, thank you Maheshwari, you can turn off the video. Thank you so much for helping me and helping your friends also understand a few things. I don't know whether how much they understood, but I just wanted to show, I just wanted to give them a glimpse that handwriting varies with a lot of things. There are a lot of factors because of which handwriting varies, and it you need observation, you need a proper training to come to that level wherein you can give opinions flawlessly, right? Today we will take the third S5S characteristic, that is your slant or slow. Speed we have already covered, so third is slant and slow. So slope or slant of the handwriting is the angle that your letters are making with respect to the writing surface. So the arrangement, the angle of the letters on the paper, on the writing surface, if you draw a perpendicular line, whether they are going towards the left or towards the right, that is the slant of the writing. Now if you've seen Maheshwari's writing, what is the slant of her handwriting? You tell me. And Maheshwari will not answer. Anyone but Maheshwari will answer. What is the slant? If you make the okay, Maheshwari, please turn on the video once. Yeah, just so make a perpendicular uh, from M in. Okay, take the one that you've written naturally, the first one. No, yeah, this one, the second one. Yeah. So now make a perpendicular line from the middle of M, the U that you have made in M na. So in the middle, you just make a perpendicular line, a line of a straight line, just a straight line from the middle of the M. No, straight vertical line, straight vertical line. This is not straight, this is inclined. Straight, just 90 degree, 90 degree. Don't worry, don't panic. It's okay, we all are learning. Straight line from the middle or from the initial straight line. You just draw a straight line. Okay, from any letter, draw a straight line. Straight line. No angle, perpendicular. The way we write, make 90 degree. Perpendicular sign. Huh, do it. We can't see it. Huh. Straight, beta. Vertical is from top
Right
to
means
bottom.
this,
No,
Mama.
no, not from left to right. From top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Huh. From top to bottom of that. So now, if you see, it is.
Top to
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you see, the letter is vertical, it is straight, it is not going towards the left side or the right side, it is vertically inclined. Now, Maheshwari, one more help. Write as if all the letters are going towards the left. All the letters should, this is your straight writing, vertical writing. Now, write in, so that all the letters are going towards the left.
I need to start from a fresh page now.
No, no, here only. Let's not waste.
Okay.
Huh.
I need to
Here only,
start from left to right.
left to right, but not there in a separate area where we can see. Huh, here, yeah, yeah, yeah. All the
Left
letters should
to
go.
right.
No, 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 not that way. You write from, uh, how you write left to right. We write from left to right only, right? But you
Mm-mm.
write as the angle should be towards the left.
Okay.
Huh.
Like this.
No, wait. Do I have?
Left.
I don't have. Uh, okay. Wait,
The angle
wait,
makes
wait, wait,
this one.
wait.
Okay.
Let me. Just a second. Just a second. You can't use your camera while sharing. Just a second. Stop sharing. Just a second. How do I flip? Flip. Is there no way to flip the camera? Uh, how do we flip? Okay, I saw it. Okay. Now I hope it is visible. Now when we talk about slant, slant is the angle that letter your letter makes to the writing surface. Now imagine that this is my line where I am writing. Now, if I am writing, let's take Maheshwari's name only. Now, this is my vertical writing. Now, I am writing in a vertical manner. It is straight, it is perpendicular. So, this is vertical. Now, when I'm writing like this, right? So, if I make a perpendicular, my letters are going here. I hope you're getting it, right? So, this is left slant, and if I'm writing like this, when my letters are going perpendicular, but my letters are going right, 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 right slant. These are also called backward slant or forward slant. These are forward, these are backward, this is vertical. So I hope this is clear to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if make your video full screen. I don't know if it is clear or not. I'll show it once. Straight, vertical. When you are going left slanted, backward, right, The angle is towards your right side. So forward slant, backward slant. So this was about slant. Now let's start with the presentation once again. Uh, any question? I'm not understanding one thing, whether you are understanding what all has is being told to you. If it is getting a little, uh, beyond your understanding, then I can uh, maybe ease it down. If you feel that it is a little difficult, easy and we can do it, then that also you should tell me. But you guys are not telling me anything, so I'm not able to understand anything. Now next is your shading. The fourth characteristic is shading. This particular aspect also is seen in fountain pen. Right now, shading is when, like told you about pen pressure, when we apply a lot of pressure, the nib of the fountain pen gets split and a lot of ink deposits. So shading here means that when a writing is executed by the nib pen, depending on the kind of strokes the person is writing and the kind of pressure he is putting through the writing instrument, you will see excess deposition of ink in those signatures or handwriting. So that is shading, wherein the application of pressure to the pen is maybe more or less, and this is only seen in a nib pen. So like I said, that when a nib pen is used for execution of writing, you see a lot of deposition or very less deposition of ink in the signatures or handwriting. So that is your shading. And this is another feature, that you will not write till the time you are not sure that the writing is done by nib pen, by sorry your fountain pen or nib pen. So you will not see, and mostly the shading is seen in the downward strokes. So when a person is making G, a person is making F, a person is making Y with a loop, then it is seen in nib pen. Next fifth characteristic is your spacing. For this, I'll again show it. Uh, just a second. Show this part. When we talk about spacing, it is divided into intraword, interword, interlinear, and marginal. Four type of spacing is usually analyzed. When I say intraword, intra means within. So within a word, how a writer is, placing the alphabets. So if I'm writing like this, within a lot of space. If I'm writing like this, very less space. If I'm writing naturally, not much, not more, like it is moderate. So within a letter, within a word, the kind of spacing that you see, the kind of uh, gap that you see between the letters is your intraword spacing. This can be wide, narrow, and moderate, moderate or normal. So within the word is intraword. Now between words, like I said, he is a nice boy. If I'm writing like this, so a lot of space I'm giving in between. So this is your interword. He is a nice boy. Now sometimes, you if you see, I'm not even putting a lot of space over here or very less space that it gets difficult that which is a new word. I'm not able to understand. But when I'm right moderately, so wide interword, this is narrow interword and this is moderate interword. So these are your two spacing, intraword spacing and interword spacing. Talking about interlinear spacing, interlinear means I have lines like this, whether it is ruled or it is unruled. Now the kind of space that I am leaving between two lines, this. Now if I'm writing something, he is in class second and if I'm writing like this is a good student. Now my interlinear, if you see that I'm not leaving a lot of space between these lines and some of the words are going up the line also in the first above the baseline, in the first line also. So this is what also we observe. I'll show you a few, just hold on. I'll bring few samples. I have some samples for pertaining to my research. I'll show you some samples and then probably you will understand better. See, this writing, if you see. Now, the kind of spacing this person is giving is not a natural spacing. Sometimes he's giving so much, gap between these two lines. So this is one line and this is the second line. But over here, if we see, okay, maybe this is natural, spacing that he's leaving. But here, if you see, a lot of space is left. This one, if you see, very less spacing. Over here, if you come, very less. Again, wide. Then wide, less. So he's not able to maintain interlinear spacing. Now, if you go over here, if you see, he's not able to understand that this is my one line and second line, this one he's leaving. This, okay, he has written, but then again he's going up, he's going down. So this is alignment, this is something else when he's going up and down. But if you see about the lines, the kind of space he's using here also, he's not aware, this not aware, very less spacing. Over here he has left three lines. So this is a classic example of a person not understanding the concept of interlinear spacing. How much line? Now, if we have to write this naturally, we will write like this, and then again we will write from here. We will not go like this. We will not. We'll be very aware about the the spacing that we need to do. Right? If I have to show you more. Uh, okay, so these are also some of the samples that I've got. Now if you see inter the spacing that we talked about over here, interword spacing between words. Now it is getting really difficult for us to understand that where the second word is coming, starting. Everything seems as if it is one word only. With, okay, so he has written with and the is also in the same word. For rupees, he has not left a lot of space. So it is the example of mixed because sometimes he is using a lot of spacing, sometimes he's, not leaving any space. So this is called mixed, wherein you will find your, wide as well as narrow spacing. So this I wanted to show you to understand that uh, people have habit of, these are the characteristic that you will be able to opine on very easily just by seeing the writing, whether the writer is leaving a lot of space between the letters, within the letters, in between lines. And now I'll talk about the marginal spacing. Now if you see this example, this is a plain paper. Let me just show you once. This is a plain paper and the we are expected to write. So we will write from here, and we are expected to write till here, right? But this person, he has left this much margin. I hope it is visible and you are able to understand what I'm saying. This much margin he's leaving. Over here, if you see this particular sample, this much margin left from left side, he's leaving this much margin. But we naturally don't write like that. So margin also, how much the how this is my page, right? How much space a person is leaving from left side, top, right, and bottom. This we need to tell in our report. So in this, you will say that the person is in the habit of leaving a lot of space on the right side, and it is expanding as he's writing. It is expanding. That's how you have to write your report. In this particular sample, you will say the person is not leaving any space on the left side, but is leaving so much of space on the right side. And this is his habit, this individual characteristic. Now this particular class characteristic becomes his individual characteristic, right? Because if it has to be his class characteristic, he will maintain what is being taught to us while writing in schools. What is being taught to us, right? That we don't keep so much of space either on left or on right. So this is what I wanted to show to you to better understand. Now let's go to the alignment part, and then after that I will uh, end the session. Uh, okay. Over here also, I've given some example that space between the letters, and sometimes the examiners are also using with elements also, whether the writer is leaving a lot of space from tall letters, from big letters, and between small letters. How whatever you are observing in your writing, that everything will be included in your report. Next is your alignment. Alignment is your, uh, the writing, how the writing sits on the imaginary baseline. So that is your alignment. Uh, just a second, I will again show this thing. Okay. Now, if I have a plain sheet, I will see, and if I have to talk about alignment, I will imagine a straight line from here. So I can do, I right now I don't have a scale, but what if I use this? So I am imagining this. Now if I say that the alignment is on the baseline, because he's writing on the line, on the imaginary baseline. Now if it is in just a second, in rule sheet, I don't have anything as of now. Okay, this one. If it is in rule sheet, if you see the alignment over here, now this person has the habit of making K below the baseline. So the alignment is a little distorted. He is sometimes going below the baseline, sometimes going above the baseline also. If you see, the W over here is going below the baseline, and but the O is above the baseline. R is on the baseline. So this is also an example of mixed alignment. Alignment is the sitting of your letters, sitting of your words, arrangement of the words on the baseline, whether available or unavailable, whether on ruled lines or in on plain. So in plain, we draw an imaginary line and see how the alignment is. In plain, that's how we do. And in ruled, we have the line. So there is no such thing that you have to do. You just need to see whether the person is writing on the line or below the line or above the line. That is your arrangement, right? So tomorrow we will do one more activity wherein you will bring your handwriting and you will comment on a few characteristics that I've talked. First is if you can talk about movement, then you write it down. I am also writing it for you. Pen presentation, pen pressure, if you can. Otherwise, 4S characteristic, in excluding shading, you will not, and then alignment. You will comment on your own handwriting and then bring it. These few features that I am sharing with you. Okay. See you guys tomorrow, wherein we'll wrap up these characteristics and we will proceed to how we write the report. Right? Okay. See you. I have another class at 6:30. So bye bye. Take care. Good night.